Oppression is one of those things that most people cannot pay close attention to at times because it's either so overt or it's so subtle that your brain just takes in the information and you just feel it, but you don't know why you feel it, but it enters every facet of your life. And oppression has a means of delaying things. It has a means of delaying information. It has a means of delaying growth. It has a means of delaying resolution, because you're always constantly working through it. You're always constantly moving through it. So when you encounter oppression in any form, be it racial, gender, it is significant to you because all you see are obstacles. Ms. Corbin Roach did not necessarily present any information about feeling oppressed other than those persons not telling her things were true or not true. But that has its own oppression in itself, because you're not willing to take someone's word for something. And it sets up later life interference. One of the things that we have to look at is the multi-system lens, where you look at the environment, the social communication, the social policy. And because of Ms. Corbin Roach's stage of development, it impacted a lot of things. Her long-term goal, her fear, her understanding of her environment as she was younger. It was very communal, very family oriented. So she actually purposely moved her life into that same environment. Her children, her family, she moved them from the city to the suburbs, where they had similar environmental statistics that she had as she was growing up. The same family values, the social policies were similar, and that has maintained itself through her family generationally, because her own children now raise their family in the environment. So having those social policies, having that community feel, having that environment which is very nurturing and inclusive, was very significant for her. And she wanted to make sure that was how her family was raised. That was very important to her. Her identity versus inferiority was very significant in speaking to her. Like, she has a very strong sense of who she is and where it is that she wants to be in life. She's stressed that right now she can't think of anything that she hasn't done. She's financially well off. She and her husband enjoy a very comfortable lifestyle. Even though she does take care of her 94-year-old mother, it is not stressful to her because she has a routine. She does miss, her children coming over, or her grandchildren rather coming over, because of the pandemic. But even so, she finds that there's a routine to everything. And I think the stage 3 really infused itself into stage 4, which is the identity versus inferiority. And because she was not given that guilt, it allowed her to thrive in a different way in securing her identity and being more mindful of who she was and what her decision-making processes were. So I found that to be very significant. The limitations of the theory is it's not set in stone. The reality is it is a guide. It is not a concrete slab. And that was one of the things I really, in reading it, came to really understand, that Erikson's theories really are just a guide, because I don't think people move through them the way that they were presented on paper. And that is a limitation, because sometimes people get fixed to the idea that their things must happen at this point, that point. And I thank you so very much. And I hope that you have gotten something out of this.